How's it going, everybody? I hope you are all doing well on this fine Monday afternoon. My name is Ben Burnside, and welcome to the Ben Burnside Show, coming at you from Fresno, California, California, my house, my room. This is the show where I get to talk about whatever I damn well please. And that is a fun part of the show, I must say. Um, no, I had a couple things I wanted to talk about on here. On the first show I'm doing in quite a while. So let's take a look here and see. Go to my homepage, my YouTube homepage, and see when I did my last show. Jeez. Yeah, I know I haven't done one in like forever. So it is, I've been waiting for this for a while. I just haven't done it. I just got to do it. So it's, it's good to be back. And I felt like it was a good time to come back, considering that, it's COVID and all that stuff. There we go. Home page. My channel. So where have I been? Why haven't I done a show or a blog or anything? Well, that is a good question. Kind of have to answer that question by looking when I last did one of these videos. I did see that on my channel. It says I did one like a week ago, but that's really just from me. That's just from me submitting a video that I did months ago. So, and I forgot to submit it. So that's like bonus content, I guess. It says my movie. I got to rename that video. But yeah, just starting up. Rookie stuff. Yeah, I did a show 9 months ago. So 9 months ago, I did a show that marks around October. Damn, October. Before COVID even existed. Those days. Now it's like a teenager. COVID's a teenager. It's acting up, and it's requiring the attention of all of our lives. So I have to go back to the days where, before the parents of COVID were impregnated, to go when I last had a podcast, or to go back of when I last had a podcast. So I had one in October, and what happened to me in October? I got a job. As a nurse's assistant, and I think that's just, at that time, it pretty much consumed my attention and my focus to where, podcasting was kind of in the back burner of what I wanted to do. I like doing these. I'm liking to do it right now. I'm enjoying it. So, hopefully I won't do that again in the future, but I don't want to make it a promise or anything like that. When I got hired for my job as a nurse's assistant, I was mentally channeled in on that, and I was just thinking about that all the time. I don't know, in the best way. I was kind of nervous about the job, quite frankly. But my point is, I was encapsulated in the job in terms of what I was going to do throughout my daily life going forward. So that was what that was really what I wanted to focus on, and that's where my attention just naturally went to. So that's what happened, and it's still a great experience. I'm not working right now. I I have older family members living with me during living where I live, so I don't want to get them infected with COVID, you know. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm kind of scared to work anywhere, honestly, because of that. This thing it's pretty easy for people to get infected by. Like pretty much all you gotta do is breathe, from what I understand. So, and you can get it easily, or not if you look at the numbers. Let's see. Confirmed cases in the United States. Well, we're approaching 3 million. Okay, that's quite a bit. I got my trusty app with me. Well, it's not an app, it's in a device. Alexa, how many people are there in the United States?
According to the CIA World Factbook, as of 2017, the population of the United States is 327 million people.
Damn, 327 million people. 327 million people in the United States. I almost said half COVID. I'm like, nope, it's not that effective. But 327 million people have it. Or, God damn it. 327 million people are in the United States. And according to just searching it on Google, I just typed in COVID-19 numbers. There are 2.98 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the U.S. And there's 132,000 people died. At least they would contribute their deaths to being COVID related. It's not necessarily COVID, technically, but that's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of people don't seem to be dying because of COVID. Like they have COVID, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're dying from COVID. And that would make sense. Let's be granted here. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just researching numbers on here off a Google search. But I have been tracking these numbers a lot, and I just noticed how low the numbers are compared to how it's being portrayed in the news. And when you really think about that, you have to consider just how big is this virus affecting us in not just in the United States but in the world. It's like, okay, there's 2.98 million cases, but I'm looking at the state of California. There's only 271,000 cases in California, which is the biggest state in the country in terms of population. And I just don't know what to think about that. I think that's something people should pay more attention to. Alexa, how many people are there in California?
As of 2017, the population of California is 39.54 million.
4 million. Okay, let's just say, wow, damn. Okay, let's just estimate, let's lower that number. Let's say 39 million. And say, no, let's say 39.5 million. Let's guess how much. Let's divide 271,000 with 39.5 million. This is Ben Burnside math, folks. This ain't Scott Steiner math. And if you don't know that, look it up. I'm not at that level yet. but I will get there. Which numerator? Shit, I don't know. I didn't come here to do math. I didn't come here to do math. Alexa, what's 271,000 divided by 39.5 million?
271,000 divided by 39.5 million is 0.0069.
Hey. Okay, I'm gonna keep that thought to myself. But anyway, 0.0069. So let's just say 0.007. So 0.7% of California has COVID-19. If I did the numerator denominator part right, 0.7% of California, according to Google, has COVID-19. And you wonder why people are like, even after protesting, mass protests in California, even after rioting and looting, even after the 4th of July, even after, I don't know, it's another thing that happened. Summertime, people going to the beaches, even after many days of people having nothing to do, being out of a job. 0.7% of California has COVID-19. And, yeah, I think that's ridiculous. Let's see. Flu deaths, California, 2020. Just look at that. That number's not out in California. Flu deaths, 2020. I did not mean for this to be a COVID-19 video, but it looks like that's what it's going to be, a COVID-19 video. I planned on having this be an entire show, but I decided to be organic in me talking about it, and boom, COVID-19. Just COVID-19 infects everything. It infects my ideas, my rough draft. It's sick of COVID-19. God damn it. I don't have a vaccine for this shit. I'm going to have to leave and not do a video for another 2 years. Bullshit. Anyway, let's see. No, I'm playing. Let's see here. If that's the case, yeah, 0.7% of California has COVID-19 as I'm searching it on Google today, July 6th. One thing I've always wondered about COVID, about these numbers, is like, okay, yeah, it says people recovered. It has a recovery number, at least when you look at the numbers in the United States and worldwide. Yeah. You know what? Let's look at the United States and worldwide percentages too. It's 327 million. Let's be generous. Instead of 2.98 million cases of COVID-19 in the U.S., let's give COVID-19 3 million, and kind of go from there. Look, I know that it's a serious case. People passed away from this, but and I apologize about that happening. Of course, I don't want that to happen or anything like that. I'm just trying to make light of the situation a little bit. So obviously, heart goes out to them. But let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Just, I don't know, just as a discussion. Let's look at the numbers for COVID-19. So Alexa, what's What's 3 million divided by 327 million?
3 million divided by 327 million is 0.0092.
0.0092. Okay. So, not even 0.9% of the U.S. population has COVID-19. Yeah. Look, let's look at the worldwide population. Alexa, what is the worldwide population for COVID-19?
The population of the world is about 7,400,000,000.
Shit. 7.4 billion. Damn. Okay. And according to Google, that damn Google, 11.5 million people have COVID-19 in the world. Alexa, what's 11.5 million divided by 7.4 billion?
11.5 million divided by 7.4 billion is 0.0016.
0016. Okay. So, according to Ben Math, 0.2% of the world has COVID-19. I'm sorry for people that have passed away because of COVID-19. Of course, I do not want that to happen. So keep that in mind. I'm pointing out the numbers here, though. So 0.7% of California has COVID-19. Not even 1% of the U.S. population has COVID-19. And 0.2% of the world has COVID-19. For a case, even if we don't have all the people who have tested positive for this, and this reminds me, I have a scheduled COVID test tomorrow for work, which I've tested negative for twice from this. So, yeah, good stuff. But anyway, which I'm thankful for too. Yes, stay indoors. That is effective. But you really got to wonder though, like how not a lot of people are affected with this virus. Clearly, let's just be real. I mean, when you look at the numbers, they are low. They are super low. How long are you going to keep us in for? And when are we going to be let out? I mean, how low does the number have to be in order for us to be let out? And look, I don't like it. Again, I don't like it that people pass away, but people die every day. They die from car accidents. They die from God knows what. But my point is, the numbers are low to where you can't shut things down like this forever. It just can't. It's not feasible. It's a little unreasonable. The economy. It can't. You're endangering people's health in other ways. And I think this is really something that I feel like America, and even the world, has to address in terms of how do we prepare for a pandemic appropriately. And this is good practice. This is real life practice that we are getting. We're going back to the drawing board and we're like, I don't man, we are doing some stuff wrong, and we could go back to the drawing board and do better next time if we unfortunately have another pandemic. So that's what I think about all this. Again, just to tell you my credibility. I should have said my credibility earlier. I'm just a guy with my own talk show. That's it. I'm not a doctor or anything. But I'm just a guy looking at the numbers on Google. And the numbers are pretty low. Thankfully, the numbers are low. And they're low enough to the point where I'm asking, can we open again? Because we're not. I looked at the state numbers. I looked for my state, and I looked at the nationwide numbers in the United States, and I looked at the worldwide numbers. None of them are over or even at 1%. So I don't know. I don't think there is a low enough number where the United States can be like, okay, we can open up again. I think it's, I think we're being a little too slow, maybe. I don't know. That's just maybe not too slow, but the numbers are low, and I really feel like this is this is being very safe. Like, if you look at the numbers, they're really not that bad. They're really not that bad. So that's the way I see it. Again, maybe I'm just trying to be considerate of other people and their health. But we have not been at 1% at all during this entire pandemic. And I think there's something to be said there. And as I'm doing this talk show, I'm doing this video, I'm realizing that there really is no number that's low enough, or that seems to be low enough to where we're going to be like, okay, we feel completely safe to open up. I don't know if there is one. And I'm trying to be objective here. I'm very considerate of people and their safety. Safety is number one. Safety is number one to me. And maybe even before safety and health is communication. You got to tell your doctor, hey, I'm not healthy. You actually have to communicate with your doctor to tell them, I'm not healthy. You have to communicate to the doctor's office in order to make an appointment to communicate with the doctor. So, I think it's an interesting time. It's an interesting time. I got a lot of thoughts about it, clearly, but yeah, I think we're in good shape, really. I think we're in better shape than what people are saying, and especially what people are seeing on the news. It's always bad news about COVID. The COVID numbers are up. COVID numbers are up. It's like, are they up above 1%? I don't think so. Not according to Google. So, I don't know. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is I'm just looking at Google. Anyway, that is the show for this video. Like and subscribe, and I will post more videos shortly. Preferably, this was going to be a Ben Birdside show, but this is apparently the COVID video that I had on my list. So that's what we have. And look, COVID's a big deal. It's a big deal all around the world, and it's been the number one story, maybe besides the George Floyd protests, for months. And even COVID was behind the George Floyd stuff. So there we go. That's what I have to say about it. So thank you for watching, and subscribe and look for the next video. Peace.